Hi there guys, welcome back to Byte Review. This time we're taking the time to have a look at the OnePlus 2. Let's kick off with those huge specs. We're looking at an 810 octa-core processor, a whopping 4GB of RAM and a 13 megapixel camera. Up front there's a 5 megapixel camera, a full HD screen, and that's all backed up with Android 5.1.1. You could forgive yourself if the OnePlus 2 doesn't exactly stand out from the sea of Android slates for you. However, look a little closer and you can see a clean and modern design at work here. The chamfered metal edges give it a premium feel and the sandstone back makes it easy to grip, reminiscing the grip tape of an old skateboard. The trend of drill bottom holes is present here as well, despite the phone only producing sound from one of them. Overall, the design is clean and balanced, just don't expect it to turn any heads like a Galaxy S6 Edge or even an iPhone would. If there's one thing I don't like about the design, it's the lip on the side of the screen. I understand why it's there, presumably to protect it when it's laid upside down on a table, but I just don't like it. Sloping glass feels a lot nicer to use in day to day and I wish it was here. Another new addition is the USB Type-C, which is a blessing as it's reversible and has high transfer speeds, but also a curse as it's likely the only thing in your house that uses it. There is also no function for quick charging, which is a bit of a shame. Software wise, you'd have difficulty telling this apart from stock Android, which is a really good thing, but there are a few changes here and there that make OnePlus's Oxygen OS a little different. There is a shelf over to the left of the home screen which gives you access to your latest apps and contacts, but I must admit I mainly forgot it was even there. OnePlus have also included a fingerprint scanner which is accurate and quick, beating out the Galaxy S6 for me at least anyway. Another nicety is the notification slider which has 3 positions. Slides the middle for priority notifications only, fully up for no interruptions at all, think meeting, cinema, going to bed, and fully down for all notifications. In my opinion that's a really nice feature to have. In classic OnePlus style, you can also decide if you'd like to use the on-screen buttons for navigation or the capacitive touch buttons present on the front. There's also the option to switch them around if you're more used to a Samsung device. Interestingly, my favourite software addition is the ability to change the app icons, as the stock Android ones always look a little to me, so it's nice you can do that without having to change the launcher. That customization also translates to the quick functions at the top of the screen, which you can change around if you really want to. Gestures are back for the OnePlus 2 and when they work they can be quite useful. Drawing a V on the lock screen activates the flashlight and works well, however outlining a circle to activate the camera seems really hit and miss. I usually have to try at least twice before the thing works and by then you might as well have just done it normally. There's also a bunch of music controls which seem to work with varying success. However, I am quite a big fan of the double tap to wake. Thanks to that Snapdragon 810 and the huge 4GB of RAM, you'll very rarely see any form of lag or stutter. Switching from app to app is snappy and the system runs well as a whole. I'm not a gamer on phones, but if I'm honest I saw no lag or frame rate drops in the games that I did test. The only time when I saw anything concerning is sometimes I'd run into a slow exit app animation, which usually strangely came from WhatsApp, but I'd say that's down to the app itself and not the device. Now let's talk about the camera. I have to admit I found the whole camera experience on this phone to be really frustrating. The app is really unclear on what mode you're in, and to make things worse it's really unresponsive, to the point where I actually think there might be something wrong with the app. It takes multiple swipes to get to different modes. I mean, just watch that. Come on. There we go. And look again here. I mean, what is going on? Am I using it wrong? What? Come on. There. What is it doing? Also, if you've got your phone locked in portrait mode, which a lot of people do, the camera will then only respond in portrait mode, so every picture you take will be in portrait, which is really frustrating. You'd think it would just go back to what it was, but it doesn't. It should be the only app that ignores that command. It's very frustrating. All that aside though, it's not to say it doesn't take good photos, because it really does. In good light this phone can be really impressive. Pictures are accurate and have a little bit of punch to them, which I like, and even low light performance isn't too bad, with shots keeping noise well in check. If you've got the time as well, the manual controls on the camera let you get a bit creative too. Unfortunately, recording video of the OnePlus 2 is a letdown. In anything other than optimal light, the frame rate drops considerably. However, a software update could easily fix this in the future. Negative comments aside, I do think this is a great camera. OnePlus just needs to up its software game to match the quality. On a more positive note, the 3300 mAh battery is great. I can get through an entire day without fear of it conking out in the evening, and this screenshot was taken when I still had 15% of battery life left. With Android Marshmallows those feature on the way, the battery should also get a lot better with time. OnePlus touted this phone as a 2016 flagship killer, and while I don't agree with them entirely, I do believe they've made an exceptional device for the money, and it's finally going invite free so anyone can get their hands on it. So to round off, I think this phone is exceptionally well priced, the battery's really good, and the camera hardware is excellent. On the not so good side, no NFC, basically means no Android Pay, which should be coming around in 2016, which is a bit of a strange omission. The camera software is awful, and the design is a little bit plain, but that might just be me. Thanks for watching this review, guys, and if you've enjoyed it, please do stick around. I will be making more soon. Hit like and subscribe if you want to, it would be useful, and if not, I'll just see you in the next one. Cheers!